Ladies and gents, happy Sunday! Today I'm coming to you guys with a brand new Phantom of Yubel. Ladies and gents, this card is absolutely no joke, and it's about to make JADEN become tier 1 again in the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG. Without further ado, it's time to break Phantom of Yubel. Let's begin. Ladies and gents, before we get into today's video, if you guys haven't gotten the brand new Ancient Book Collection, look at that. Holy smokes. Ladies and gents, get it today in the link down below at tx1.com. This is my very first tower deck box I released at TX1. Only available for a limited time only. All the classic Yu-Gi-Oh players out there are, you know this ain't no joke. You know what I'm saying? So a deck compartment here, obviously. You know what I'm saying? There, you know, little tower ting, you know. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah, so guys, get it today in the link down below at tx1.com. Today's profile, I'm obviously using you know, the pinks and the blue sleeves, aka the cotton candy special. So look at this, these two sleeves next to each other. You guys can mix and match, extra deck. Absolutely insane. Like, and I also love pinks too. Like, they're both good. It just depends on how my mood is, you know what I'm saying? So the cotton candy special is available now at tx1.com. Get your sleeves today. Ladies and gents, in today's profile video, I'm gonna showcase you guys the brand new Phantom Yubel. You know, I'll go over my card choices, and at the end, show you guys some new bread and butter combos you guys must know when it comes to playing these like post battles of legend. Let's begin. Ladies and gents, welcome to the updated Yubel deck. Honestly, I'm just gonna go quickly over the main deck because I'm pretty sure you guys have already seen what these cards all do. Samsara, the best normal summon in the deck, obviously. Normal summon gets you access to Spirit Yubel directly from the deck. Spirit Yubel gets access to Nightmare Pain, and then you guys know the rest is history. So Samsara is insane. Triple Gruesome Grave Squirmer. This card is absolutely broken. Obviously, it's like you're playing, you know, 4 Shavaras in the deck, helps you dodge cards like Infirm, Veilers, Mourners, which is really strong. It's one of the best contenders in the entire deck. Banish it, special summon a 0/0 from your graveyard to your hand, which is actually really strong. So one of the best fiends. Also, additional bodies help you get access to, of course, Yama in your extra deck, right? Next, triple copies of Spirit Yubel. Honestly, I'm very skeptical on this. Maybe I want to cut it down to 2. Right now, I'm playing currently 41. All right, guys. So before I was playing 40 with just 2 Yubel, but I felt like, you know, 3 Yubel is also safe because you're playing triple copies of Spirit Gates, and you know, 2 is also the argument with 2 is that you're always going to be able to shuffle 1 back into the deck because you got Phantom Yubel now. I think 2 might be correct, you know, like 2 or 3 off the personal preference. So but you guys can cut out 1 to make this 40, the 40 card deck, or you guys can keep it to make it 41. So that's the only change that I'll make. This card's absolutely insane, especially now with, you know, Spirit Yubel being able to just shuffle itself back, recycle it, Yubel, and also any 0/0 from your grave, hand reveal into the deck to summon Phantom Yubel is just absolutely insane. So the card is just really, really strong. Next off, the 1 Yubel and the 1 Terror. I'm still playing this. I know some Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't like playing this, but it's still a really good floater nonetheless. I know it's like the worst break in the deck, but you have cards like Gates to basically just like you know, discard out of your hand. And you also have Phantom Yubel now to be able to shuffle this card back into your deck if you draw it. It's not that bad. You obviously still don't want to draw it, but being able to shuffle it back directly into the deck because of Phantom now exists is just absolutely insane. I think the best starter in the deck alongside Lotus is triple copies of Dark Beckoning Beast. This card is just really, really powerful. You don't play the Jin now, but the fact that you get access to Gates, and Gates is like one of the best extenders in the entire deck, and just provide you with so much follow-up is just absolutely insane. Like Beckoning Beast is really strong. I still recommend it playing at 3. Once the Fiendsmith's cards comes out, the deck is going to be even crazier, and you can get away with playing maybe just 1 copy of Dark Beckoning Beast. Because remember, guys, it's 0/0, so Phantom Yubel will always be able to shuffle it back from the grave into the deck. So by playing the 3 Gates and 1 Beckoning Beast, you're still going to be able to resolve Gates because you're always going to have the 1 Beckoning Beast in deck as long as you shuffle it back with Phantom Yubel, correct? So that beast is still really, really nice. Of course, triple copies of Nightmare Throne. You need to play 3 copies of this card. This card is just absolutely powerful, like one of the best 1 card starters in the deck. You can't search this off Nightmare Pain, so you got to play the Terraforming, obviously. Essentially 4 copies of Nightmare Throne. And you know, you guys don't get a lot, I might get a lot of hate for this, but especially now, like I'm trying to adapt to when the Fiendsmith comes out, and I've been playing this card also at 1 as well. looks kind of ass, but you don't need more than 1 copy. This card is really bad actually to draw. Like it doesn't go anywhere, you know. Like this card alone, yeah, if you open up with you know, Spirit Yubel in hand, yeah, it becomes really, it's okay. Like itself doesn't really do much, right? It's like always a 2-card combo with this card, like Nightmare Pain with Yubel or Nightmare Pain with Spirit. Like this, that's when it becomes a bit okay. But 1 is all you need, and if it dies, you always get to gate it back from your graveyard. And also the mentality of, oh, I'm gonna play 3 Nightmare Pain or 2 Nightmare Pain for my opponent not to know what Nightmare Pain does. That argument doesn't exist anymore. Okay, everybody knows what this card does now. If you don't know what this card does, you're just asked a Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm sorry, but you can't rely on like the strategy of, you know, yeah, I'm just gonna hope my opponent doesn't read what my cards do. But only 1 Nightmare Pain is all you need, in my personal opinion. This card's a brick. I'm playing the 1 Mature Chronicle. You can actually get away with playing 2 Pain and 2 Pains and no Chronicle, but I feel like Chronicle is just really great, just like a great extender, which is actually really strong. Helps you play through a lot of hand traps, and also like with Phantom now, like you can play through hand traps fairly easily. But having a different option to search off Spirit of Yubel when you already have Nightmare Pain is it's just great, you know. Just having the options there. You can play Eternal Favorite or Mature Chronicle, but I like Mature Chronicle just a bit better because helps you just getting that Yubel back for extra bodies to help you extend. It's just absolutely insane, right? So Mature Chronicle is just really insane. It's off to personal preference on what you guys will like. Next, I'm playing triple copies of Opening of the Spirit Gates. Absolutely insane. One of the best combo extenders in the entire deck. Absolutely insane for real. I love this card. And then last but not least, the 1 for 1 right here. You're playing. I'm playing a bunch of hand traps in this deck, 15 to be exact. I'm playing 15 hand traps, so 1 for 1 works really well in a hand trap deck. You can 1 for 1 send away a hand trap, summon Lotus from the deck, which is actually really strong. Then the engine requirement is Unchained Shawara, and also the Abominable Chamber of the Unchained. I like this better than, of course, the trap, because this card helps you play around board breakers. Like, board breakers are going to become a bit more dominant now because of decks like Yubel. Because essentially, guys, if you build your whole like your Yubel board, it's essentially like a Manadian board. Like, they're not beating that board, bro. Like, I would always have Rage in the graveyard. Like, I'll never have Rage on the field. I try not to have Rage on the field. In my personal opinion, the best way to play around board breakers is like having just Rage in the grave. So this card is just really good. So that's pretty much it for like the 25 like or 26 with the third Spirit Yubel. Like the 25 engine requirements that you must play, in my personal opinion, in this deck. And yeah, 15 non-engine, which is actually really big space for non-engine. Triple copies of Nib. I play triple copies of Warner. We're still just like trying to shut down Snake Eyes, right? Like for now, right? So triple copies of Effect Veiler, triple copies of Ash, and last but not least, triple copies of Infinite Impermanence. So yeah, it's like 15 non-engine that you're playing in the deck, and this, I decided to play hand traps. You guys can play whatever you guys like. You guys think board breakers are a bit better, you guys can go ahead and do so and do that. But it's all the personal preference, right? On what you guys want to do. But you know, hand traps really good against Snake Eye, and obviously lets you play 1 for 1, obviously, and just like great overall, like the safest, right? Because it's like these are just both great going first and also second, right? So not that bad. So that's pretty much for the main deck. Let's go on the extra deck real quick, guys. Extra deck, of course, double copies of Phantom Yubel. This card is really strong. If you guys do not know what this card does, that it requires 1 Yubel monster plus 1 Fiend with 0 attack and 0 defense. And what it does, it must special summon from your extra deck by shuffling the above cards from your hand, field, and or graveyard into the deck or extra deck. Cannot be used as a fusion material, so your opponent cannot super poly this, which is really strong. Cannot be destroyed in battle, and you also take no battle damage from battles involving this card. When your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you contribute this card. The activation effect becomes your opponent destroys 1 Yubel monster in the hand, deck, or field. So it makes you destroy Yubel from a hand, deck, or field. So like, you shuffle back Yubel's Spirit Yubel, activate this effect, destroy Spirit of Yubel directly from the deck. Yubel search through the Yubel. It's just like absolutely insane, right? So Phantom is just like the best negate for the deck. This card is just so strong. It helps you play through hand traps. Like, one card helps you play through everything, which is insane. So Phantom is really good. The 1 Varudras. This is the only XCs I'm playing. This is like the easiest way to OTK alongside Access Code, which is really nice. So Varudras is just really great. Like, these 2 cards are just like tools for OTK. So these 2 are just like really insane. Like, you're not gonna be like, yes, you steal games off Nightmare Pain, but you're not gonna rely on your Nightmare Pain just winning you all the time, right? These are the ways that you win games, right? I played the Almirage, I played the Yama, the Unchained Package, Yama, Rage, and of course we played the Anguish right here, very strong, alongside SP Little Knight, Nightmare Phoenix, which is really good as well. It's also a fire, which is really great for Promethean Princess, which I'm also playing just like additional form of disruption. Is really nice. I'm also playing Doolittle Chimera as well, which is really good. So these are just like the fires that I opted to play. Doolittle is really good because you pop Doolittle, you get to act back Shamaro to your hand, which is really strong. You can also link away Promethean into Phoenix, which is pretty nice as well. I'm playing the 1 Mudcracker, the 1 Apollosa, obviously, and last but not least, I'm playing the 1 Cross Sheep. So this version kind of like a bit of a Winmore that I'm playing. It loses harder to board breakers, but like if they have it, they have it. They don't, like, you just win the game, right? So cross sheep, you can combo off with Phantom Yubel fairly easily. Like, this is actually like really strong. And you can either play this or Griffin. Like, I'm back and forth between those two, but yeah, it's either this or Griffin. So, you know, there's no right or wrong answers. You play Griffin if you want. Like, if you play Griffin, like, you're also losing to breakers as well, right? So like, they're just both the same, but Griffin kind of helps you play around Nib a bit better. But like, this deck plays through Nib like with absolute ease because of Phantom now, which is really good. So I think cross sheep is just a bit better, but who knows? I can be wrong. All to personal preference. You guys can play whatever you guys like, but this is my main deck right here. Let's go on to the main focus of this video, is the new combos with Phantom Yubel. Let's begin. All right, guys, welcome to the combo segment of today's video. Today I'm showing you guys two brand new bread and butter combos you guys must know when it comes to playing the brand new Phantom Yubel. So I'm gonna start off with a one card starter, which is of course the best one, which is Nightmare Throne. Any cards in addition to Nightmare Throne, your hand just becomes even more insane, right? So, and before we begin, if you guys haven't gotten your ancient book collection yet, make sure you guys get it today in the link down below at tx1.com. This is the ancient book deck box here. I've had this for quite some time and it looks absolutely stunning. All the classic players out there are gonna love this. I promise you guys. You guys are not gonna be disappointed with this brand new tower deck box. Make sure you guys get it today in the link down below at tx1.com. You guys, like I said, the sleeve combo I'm using today is of course the blues and pinks, aka cotton candy, and there's a bundle where you guys can get that, where you guys can save by using the code POC10 or potato10 for 10% off your entire order. So guys, yeah, make sure you guys get them today in the link down below at tx1.com. So Nightmare Throne. So what can one Nightmare Throne do? Let me show you. So we're gonna activate Nightmare Throne. Okay, I'll put the field spell over there. Nightmare Throne, if I activates, you're gonna search, of course, you're gonna add Samsara. You're gonna search your Samsara directly from deck to hand. You're gonna normal summon Samsara, activate Samsara effect, tribute itself, special summon, of course, Spirit Yubel directly from the deck, activate Spirit Yubel. You're gonna set the Nightmare Pain right here. Activate. I'm gonna set Nightmare Pain here. You're gonna activate Nightmare Pain. Okay, activate Pain, pop the Yubel to add, of course, Gruesome Grave Skirmer directly from your deck to your hand. So there you go. Spirit Yubel chaining 2, Nightmare Throne chainlink 1. So Yubel, Spirit Yubel is gonna float into Yubel, and of course this is gonna add the Terror Incarnate, and you're gonna special summon it, which is actually really strong. So now what you do next is very simple. Okay, I like to link these two away to make cross sheep. Okay, this is a bit of win more, but I feel like the end board is just absolutely insane. So you summon cross sheep here. Obviously you have nothing to summon, so this is how many summons: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, if they nib you here, they can, sure, why not? You still have access to Phantom Yubel. You of course shuffle these two back. You also have a token, shuffle these two back, summon Phantom Yubel, and then you special summon Grave Skirmer, and then continue playing that way. You have your Yama line, which is absolutely insane. So this is your 5th summon. So they have to like nib you here, you know what I'm saying? Like they have to nib you here. If they don't nib you here, then they can't nib you ever, right? And you guys see, you still have the Phantom Yubel line. If they nib you, summon Grave Skirmer, pop off from there, and then you're pretty much lit, right? Like you're pretty much good to go from there on in. You can still easily combo off. So if they have no interruptions here, what you're gonna do next is you're gonna shuffle Incarnate and Yubel back into the deck. You're gonna summon, okay, well this is in your hand. You're gonna summon, of course, Phantom Yubel. Once Phantom Yubel comes out, cross sheep with trigger. Make sure you summon in cross sheep zone. Cross sheep with special summon, of course, Samsara D Lotus from your grave, which is actually insane. Just summon back Samsara. Now, since you control a fiend monster, you can summon Grave Skirmer for absolutely free, right? So you can summon the Grave Skirmer right here, and then what you can do is you can link these two right here to summon, of course, the Yama. Okay, then you activate Yama's effect here. Okay, Yama will basically search the Shavara. And obviously, like, this beats any 2 hand traps except for Imperm, because none of these are like Omniates, which is kind of unfortunate. So you have this board right here, which is still really strong. You can go these two right here into Apollosa, which is really nice. So Apollosa here is really good. So you can summon these two, just 2 negates Apollosa, which is really strong. Now you have right here Skirmer in the grave. You banish Skirmer, special summon Spirit Yubel from your grave, and then you go Shavara, pop Spirit Yubel here. So like there's different lines of plays you can do here that like depending on what exactly that you want to do, right? So for this instance, you have Yama trigger, which is really good. Sometimes depending on my hand, I will not trigger Yama. As crazy as this sounds, sometimes like here, whoa, sorry for the glare there, so I'm gonna put this over here. Sometimes I won't even trigger Yama, right? Like depending on hand, if I have like multiple hand traps, there's no need to trigger off Yama, right? So you know, for this instance, I'll say you just have one card, nothing else. You can just go Yama. So you can go Chain Link 1 Yubel, Chain Link 2 Spirit of Yama. So you can go Yama Banish, summon back, of course, Spirit of Yubel. Spirit of Yubel will resolve in the grave still. Spirit of Yubel resolves since the effect triggered. Summon Yubel directly from the deck, which is really strong. Okay, so summon back the Yubel, the shuffle back for absolutely free, which is absolutely amazing. So now what I do in this case right here, well, it depends. There's a lot of different lines that you can do. You can use these two to make a rage effect, but like the only problem with rage is that like I never want to keep rage in the field, and I always want to keep 2 level 10s because I always prioritize on making Varudras, right? So like if you get to this point right here, this is the line that I would 100% go for. I think it's a bit better. Is I use Phantom Yubel and also Shavara. The reason you do this is because you're already insulated from Nib, and because Apollosa here is for 2. You go these 2 into Rage, and then you go Shavara effect in the grave, which is really strong. Shavara, you're gonna set, of course, the Abominable right here, which is really insane. So at this point, what you can do is you can use these 2 right here to make Varudras, which is still like really strong. But I honestly don't really like this play because you just get wiped to breakers, right? Like this was like the only thing I don't like about this board is that you kind of lose to breakers. So like, yeah, like Varudras is nice, but like I want to still be able to guarantee play. You know, like I don't know, man. Maybe my thought process is a bit different, but I like Varudras is good. It's really great. I try to always end on Varudras as much as possible. But in this scenario, what you can do is like for this instance, right? Like you have Spirit out, you can just go these 2. Right into well, these 2 into Promethean effect, revive back, of course, the Shavara. Then you go these 2 into Phoenix, Nightmare Phoenix, which is really strong. So now like you're insulated from this being able to destroy a battle, but it doesn't even matter, like because they're forced to attack into Yubel regardless. So you can even just make Doolittle, which is insane. So you make Doolittle. Phoenix, make Doolittle here, which is really strong. And then what you can do next is you can go Spirit of Yubel and also Samsara. Okay, shuffle these 2 back into the deck and make another Phantom Yubel, which is actually really strong. So yeah, you shuffle this into the deck, make Phantom Yubel, which is absolutely insane. I feel like this end board is a bit better to my liking because this guarantees that I have like multiple layers of interruptions. Like I have Rage and also Promethean in the graveyard as well. So if they Dark Ruler, I still have Rage and also Promethean, which is actually pretty good. Whereas if I kept like Rage and also like Varudras on the field, you lose to automatically Dark Ruler and also Droplet. This is 2 negates, 3 negates, right? This is 2, 3 negates, 4 negates, 5 negates, 6 negates, 7 negates, 7 negates, right? Do you guys understand how this is seven interruptions? You have 2 from Apollosa, 1 from Phantom Yubel, which is absolute. So that's 3. All right. So you got 3 already currently on the field, and you have 4 in the graveyard, right? So you guys see why this is important, right? Because if this gets stopped, you still at least have 4 interruptions in the graveyard, right? Which is actually insane. Because like if this gets Dark Ruler or Dark Droplet, sure. Because how you play this deck is like you use the stuff on the field first, okay? Negate everything, and then once you use all 3 negates, if they can somehow play through 3 monster negates, you activate Abominable, summon Unchain, Rage. Rage will suck 1, so that's 1 interruptions into SP Little Knight, okay? SP effect, which is 2. SP again, 3, banish itself, okay? And then the last push, if they have Promethean, pop Doolittle, okay? Doolittle effect, add back Shavara, and the show continues, right? Which is absolutely insane. So yeah, you guys see where this is like 7 interruptions, right? Which is actually really strong, and it's all because of like Cross Sheep and like Phantom Yubel. It's also really great, you know, against like, you know, breakers as well, Varudras. But if you know they're playing Dark Rule like the branded deck, you obviously don't make Varudras because like you lose the ruler and also drop anyways, right? Like you'd rather have 3 negates gets cleared on the field. Yes, you still have 4 negates in the grave, which is still really insane, right? So like I always like to play in a way where I'm guaranteed plays. So at least I got, you know, Abominable. So if they Dark Ruler this, I still have like kind of like 4 interruptions in the grave with the Rage. and also Princess Engrave. And also don't forget, end phase Yubel stays on the field, so you obviously get to tribute this as well. So maybe there's like a better way to just utilize Yubel. Maybe I'm tripping or something, but yeah. So this is the combo number 1. Yeah, obviously you still got to sack off Yubel to the grave because Yubel's effect, or you can sack off Chimera. But obviously, why would you do that? It doesn't make sense because you need a fire for Promethean, and they're obviously forced into attacking Yubel anyway. So these cards can never die, which is really strong. So yeah. So just make sure to attack this off. I almost forgot there. So that's pretty much for combo number 1. Let's go on to combo number 2. All right, ladies and gents, for combo number 2, this is the God combo right here. So open up Dark Beckoning Beast and Nightmare Throne. You pretty much have FTK. So of course, what you want to do is your normal summon Beckoning Beast effect. Okay, Beckoning Beast is going to search the gates, activate gates. You're going to search your second Beckoning Beast directly from your deck to your hand. Now you're going to activate Nightmare Throne effect. You're going to add some Sorrow D Lotus directly from your deck to your hand, which is really good. Now what's going to happen is that you're going to normal summon some Sorrow D Lotus because you have Beckoning on the field. Activate some Sorrow, tribute itself, special summon Spirit Yubel, Spirit Yubel effect. Set the Nightmare Pain right here, which is really good. So yeah, set the Nightmare Pain, which is really nice. Now you're going to activate Nightmare Pain. Okay. Activate Pain, pop the Spirit Yubel. You're going to search, of course, Gruesome Grave Scrummer directly from your deck to your hand. And you're just going to trigger off Spirit Yubel. Do not trigger off Throne yet. I don't like triggering off Throne right here. You want to just trigger Yubel, summon Yubel right here, which is really nice. Now what's going to happen next is that you can use these two right here to make Cross Sheep. Remember, guys, this is still 5 summons, so if the Nib you here, you still have extenders, this and this, which is like still insane. So they basically they just can never Nib you. I don't think Nib is good. You'd rather play Board Breakers next format, I think. Now you're gonna shuffle back Spirit Yubel and also Beckoning Beast to the grave from deck to the deck. Summon Spirit Yubel. Okay, Phantom Yubel, I mean. Then you're gonna activate Phantom Yubel's effect. I'll put it right here. Now you're gonna activate Cross Sheep's effect. Special maximum Sorrow D Lotus from the grave. Now you're gonna special summon Skirmer. Overlay these. Link these into Yama. Yama effect. You're gonna search Shavada, which is really strong, and then these two. Apollosa for 2, which is insane. Now what's gonna happen next? Banish, of course, the Skirmer to summon, of course, Spirit of Yubel. Now is when you can trigger its effect. Now you're gonna go with Shavara, pop it. You know, Chainlink 1 Yubel, Chainlink 2's Throne. This will summon Yubel. This will summon, of course, Terror from the deck. And also, you can also trigger off Yama as well. Honestly, I don't even think we need to trigger Yama. Like, I think we just keep Yama in grave, which is like really strong. Yeah, keep Yama in grave. Then you're gonna go link these two. Okay. Into Rage. And then Shavara activates. You're gonna set the Abominable. I always like linking Rage away. Like, this needs to be in the grave. Like, you should never keep this card on the field. Link these two. Don't worry, you'll make another Phantom. Don't worry. You're gonna make Promethean effect. Revive back Shavara. Then Shavara Promethean. Into Doolittle. Okay. Now what you're gonna do? You're gonna activate Opening Spirit Gates, send it to the grave. Special summon Spirit of Yubel. Okay. You're gonna overlay these two for Varudris. Okay. It's insane. Then you're gonna shuffle back this. Okay. And also the Beckoning Beast. Or yeah, I should shuffle these two back. Right here. Make Phantom of Yubel. So you guys see? This is the God board, 2 cards. 2-card God board, guys. So this is like, you have 4 negates on the field. You basically gain 1 more negate. You basically gain one more disruption. Plus Yama. Which is ridiculous. So you also then you use Yama effect in the grave. So your Dark Ruler, sure, you lose 4 negates, but you still have 4 negates in the graveyard because of Abominable. And you also got Yama as well. Which is absolutely insane. So this is the combo without having to even use Yama. Which is ridiculous. So yeah, guys, this is the deck. The deck is absolutely gross, and it gets worse. Well, it gets better for us. You know, because I'm a Yubel player, it gets better for me. Because once Fiendsmith comes out, it makes the deck even more insane. Obviously, Snake Eyes is going to be a bit better, but I think the second best deck is always the best deck. You guys get what I'm saying? So, yeah, maybe that's the goo. So, yeah, going to be focusing on this deck for sure. Very strong. And, yeah, so 4 in the gate. So, 2, 1, 1. So, that's 4, 5, plus 3 is 8. So it's 8 interruptions plus Yama in the grave. Plus, if this goes uninterrupted, you also have 3 other hand traps in hand, right? Which is really, really strong. So, yeah. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, get your ancient book collection today in the link down below at tx1.com. All right, guys. Peace.